能听见我吗？
可以。准备好了吗？
嗯，我要不要静音啊？
不用。你啊、你要做淘气的事儿吗？
淘气的事儿。
啊，你要做的话就静音，不做的话就不用。
嗯，他是不是要做？诶，我妈能听到。
OK，那你就不用静音了。OK，
嗯，
啊、躺好啊，关门，都准备好了对吧
嗯，
？OK，嗯、今天我就我就用英语啊、做一个系列吧。OK，
嗯，
我们把韩语
好。
语法走完，怎么样？
不是，为什么会出现韩语？
因为我曾经喜欢过一个韩国女人，
嗯，
吃错啦。
可以，可以，可以啊！我也想学韩语，
OK
你来教我。
OK. All right. So I'm starting here. Um, okay. So I'm reading a book. It's called Basic Korean: A Grammar and a Workbook. So there will be a lot of practicing and stuff. Might help with your sleep. Basic Korean: A Grammar and a Workbook comprises an accessible reference grammar and related exercises in a single volume. It's actually better if you don't understand anything because you can sleep better. Okay? This workbook presents 25 individual grammar points in a lively and realistic context. I guess that's if that's what it says. Covering the core material which students would expect to encounter in their first year of learning Korean. Grammar points are followed by examples and exercises which allow students to reinforce and consolidate their learning. Basic Korean is suitable for both class use as well as independent study. Key features include, I'm just reading the preface here, so it's really boring. Um, Abundant exercises with full answer key, all Korean entries presented in Hangul with English translations, subject index, clearly presented and user-friendly. Basic Korean provides readers with the essential tools to express themselves in a widely variety of situations, making it an ideal grammar reference and practice resource for both beginners and students with some knowledge of the language. That's exactly me. Andrew Sangpil Bayon is the associate professor at the State University of New York at Albany, where he teaches courses in Korean language and civilization. Other titles available in the Grammar Workbooks series are Basic Cantonese, Intermediate Cantonese, Basic Chinese, Intermediate Chinese, Basic German, Intermediate German, Basic Italian, Basic Irish, Intermediate Irish, Basic Polish, Intermediate Polish, Basic Russian, Intermediate Russian, Basic Spanish, Intermediate Spanish, Basic Welsh, Intermediate Welsh. Basic Korean, a grammar and workbook. Andrew Sangpil Bayon. Roach, Taylor and Francis Group, London and New York. Baban Rotelage, little logo. First published in 2009 by Routledge. 2 Park Square, Milton Park, Abingdon, Oxon, Ox 4RN. Simultaneously published in the USA and Canada by Routledge, 270 Madison Avenue, and New York, NY 10016. Routledge is an imprint of the Taylor and Franchise Group, an Informa business. This edition published in the Taylor and Franchise eLibrary 2008. To purchase your own copy of this, or any of Taylor and Franchise or Routledge collection of thousands of ebooks, please go to www.ebookstore.tenth.co.uk. Copyrighted 2009, Andrew Semple Bion. All rights reserved. No part of this book may be reprinted or reproduced or utilized in any form or by any electronical, mechanical, and other means now known and or hereafter invented, including photocopying and recording, or in any form, storage, or retrieval system without permission in writing from the publisher. Damn, actually I shouldn't be recording this or anything. Okay, cool. British Library cataloging in publication data. A catalog record for this book is available from the British Library. Library of Congress cataloging in publication data. Bion Andrew Semple. Basic Korean, a grammar and workbook. Andrew Semple Bion, first edition. Korean language, grammar, problems, exercises, act. Korean language textbooks for foreign speakers, English. ISBN 0-203-89227-5, Master ebook ISBN. ISBN 100-415-77487-X, PBK. ISBN 100-203-89227-5, EBK. ISBN 1397804157747-1, PBK. ISBN 13978-0-203-89227-5, ebook. Okay, for the record, if this strikes any copyright issues, please refer to me at zzj0402@gmail.com. I'm happy to take anything down. Contents. Preface. Okay, I guess we can skip to the preface. Korean as a foreign language, KFL teaching and learning in the English-speaking world has hardly been popular among non-Koreans until quite recently. However, the number of KFL learners has started to grow rapidly since the latter half of the 1970s for various reasons, such as the increasing visibility of South Korea on the international stage, and, you know, for that woman, because of its fast economic development and its democratization over the last 4 decades. The continuing support from the Korean government regarding the expansion of the Korean studies program abroad, the growing importance of the North Korea issues in the contemporary global political affairs, and the recent growth of Korean American population in the USA. In the USA alone, the number of colleges that offer KFL courses was merely 10 in 1975. However, that number has grown to over 130 in the early 2000s. A few universities, including the University of Hawaii at Mauna and the University of California in Los Angeles, has offered Korean language Bachelor of Arts, Master of Arts, and the Doctor of PhD, Doctor of Philosophy, programs. The number of Korean communities For K1, 2, or K12, Korean and culture education grew from 7 to in 1975 to 832 in 1996 and to over 900 in the early 2000s. In addition, over 20 public schools has recently started to teach Korean. The Korean language boom is not confined within the US private sector or US universities settings, but is found in the government sector as well. For example, United States government institutes such as the Defense Language Institute, the Foreign Service Institute, the Central Intelligence Agency provide intensive Korean language training. In recent decades, the number of KFL textbooks for English-speaking KFL classroom use has steadily increased. However, the number of KFL study materials intended for self-study purpose is still relatively scarce. Furthermore, to date, there has been no published KFL grammar workbook that is specifically aimed at providing supplemental grammar explanations and exercises in a single volume. Basic Korean, a grammar and a workbook, and its sister volume, Intermediate Korean, are intended to meet that need. The book focuses on providing an accessible reference grammar explanation and related exercises in a single volume. It is designed for the independent English-speaking adult KFL learners like me who intended to maintain and strengthen their knowledge of essential Korean grammar, and for classroom-based learners who are looking for a supplemental grammar explanation and practices. Consequently, this book differs from existing KFL materials whose primary purpose is to help KFL learners acquire full language skills such as listening, speaking, reading, and writing, as well as cultural knowledge. The layout of this book has also differed from the other existing KFL materials. For instance, a typical KFL textbook chapter may include modal dialogues, followed by vocabulary lists, grammar explanations, cultural notes, and exercises. In contrast, following the pattern of other grammar workbooks of the Routledge series, every unit of basic Korean focuses on presenting jargon-free and concise grammar explanations, followed by relative grammar exercises, of course. What else does it provide, really? This book has 25 units, and it does not take a functional situational approach in grouping and sequencing target grammatical points. Rather, it sequences and covers grammatical points according to their grammatical categories. For example, nouns, pronouns, particles, numbers, verbs, adjectives, and so on, so that learners can use the book for reference material as well as for practical material. The exercises at the end of each unit are designed primarily to reinforce the target grammar points. Grammatical points. All Korean entries are presented in Hangul, the Korean alphabet, with English translations to facilitate understanding. By the way, Hangul is basically a transcription of Chinese calligraphy, I think it's the Xingshu, something like that, made by this king. I think his name is Wang Qin. He was actually a Chinese. Fun facts. It requires that learners familiarize themselves with Hangul in Unit 1 before going on to the rest of the book. In addition, when translating Korean entries into English, efforts were made to reflect the Korean meaning as close as possible. this is terrible grammar. So you really should say, in addition, when translating Korean entries into English, we made efforts to reflect Korean meanings as closely as possible. See, much better. Consequently, some learners may feel certain English translations do not reflect typical English usages. However, the direct translation approach was employed for what is this purpose now? Pedagogical? No, that doesn't make sense. So what is this? Pedagogical, relating to teaching. Pedagogical, coming from the Greek word pedagogios, meaning teacher. If it's pedagogical, it concerns teaching. From lesson plans to approaches to teaching, even how classroom looks. Okay.
Pedagogical.
Pedagogical. Pedagogical. Pedagogical. Pedagogical. Pedagogical. Pedagogical. Pedagogical. Pedagogical. Pedagogical. Pedagogical. Pedagogical. Okay.
Pedagogical.
Pedagogical. Cool. Was employed for pedagogical purposes. Pedagogical, actually, what's the etymology of this? Dictionary. Let's have a look. Pedagogical. Pedagogic. Adjective. What is the root of pedagogic? First attested in 1781 from French pedagogic, from Latin pedagogicus, from ancient Greek pedagogikos, meaning teacher, tutor, from pais, means child, ago, meaning I lead, child I lead, of course that means teach, ago, pedago, okay, cool, so pedagogical, pedagogical, okay, cool, so PED means kid, children, AGO means lead, so lead children, teaching, pedagogic. Alright, learn something new every day. Yep. In writing this book, I have been fortunate to have the assistance and support of many people. I would like to thank my colleagues in the Department of East Asian Studies at the University of Albany, State University of New York, who were supportive of this project. I'm also grateful to be anonymously reviewing for their constructive and valuable comments, of course. What else you could say? I would like to express sincere gratitude to Sophie Oliver for initially encouraging this project. And to the editor and the production teams at Roulette, Andrea, Hatu, Ursa, Malos, Samantha, Wei, Noya, and Andrew Watts for their advice and support throughout the process. My thanks also gives to Lisa Blackwell for her careful and thankful and thoughtful copy editing. Finally, as always, my special thanks goes to my wife, Isabel, who, with her optimism and encouragement, makes it possible for me to do what I really love to do, of course. I bear all responsibility for any shortcomings and errors remaining. Oh, I even cried a little bit. So touching. Reading Hangul, the Korean alphabet. The Korean writing system Hangul is one of the most scientific and systematic writing systems in the world. Hangul is made of an alphabet of 21 vowels. Okay, so question for the day. How many vowels are there in Korean Hangul? And the answer is 21. How many vowels in Hangul? And how many consonants in Hangul? You never guessed it. It's actually 19 consonants. How many consonants? Oh, if I can spell consonants in Hangul. The system was invented in 1443 by the King Sejong the Great and his group of royal scholars during the Joseon dynasty of Korea. Oh, okay. Who invented it? 1443 by the King Sejong the Great. I think King Sejong is fine. The Great maybe not for me. Okay, who invented Hangul? King Sejong. Let me see. Is this, what is his Chinese name? Sejong the Great. 世宗大王李陶. Okay, let's put it over here. Sejong collaborated closely with the Chinese Ming Dynasty in relations with Zhuchen people. He installed 10 military posts, 四郡六镇, Sagun Yukdeng, in the northern part of Peninsula. What is that? He opened 3 ports to trade with Japan. However, he also launched expeditions to crush Japanese pirates, known as Waigu, in the eastern Chinese Sea. Oh, Wako. Okay. Why go? Wegu. Wegu. 感觉还是 Wako 好听点。The unit introduces individual vowels and consonant symbols and discusses how each symbol is assembled into syllables to spell Korean words. Kim Sejong 世宗1443 1443 Tire room Tyrann Rome? Tyrann Rome. Okay, cool. Done. 1 Tyrann 1 4 Rome. 4 3 1 4 4 3 Kim Sejong Tyrann Rome making terrible, I don't know, alphabets. This unit introduces how to read Hangul. The unit introduces individual vowel and consonant symbols and discusses how each symbol is assembled into syllables to spell Korean words. For the vowels, Hangul has total 21. Yes, you heard it, 21. Among them are 11 basic vowel and the 10 double vowel symbols. The basic vowel symbols include A as in father, as in O, O as in home, U is as in boo, as in pull, not really pull, pull, kind of actually. Okay. E as in feet. And then for the double consonants, you have I as in care, I. Oh, actually care. What do you I. Okay, I agree with that. And as in mat. Where as in wet. We as in we are the word. Ui as in pull, followed by E as in feet. Ui. But said as quickly as one sound possible. Actually, that's really the key, how to pronounce the double vowels. If you learn R, then you know E, and if you know E as well, then you know IE. So that's basically what this symbol is. And if you know and then you know A, then you know A. That's basically what that is. Yeah, cool. Down and down. 10 double vowel syllables are made of either adding one more stroke to some of the above basic vowel symbols or combining some basic vowel symbols together. For example, the 4-6 double vowel symbols are results of adding one more stroke, the Y sound, and the first 6 vowel symbols above adding stroke R, you got Ya. Okay, so basically how to make those, how many double vowel symbols are here? And the answer is 10. How many double vowel symbols in Hangul? And the answer is 10. And then how many? Well, actually, we can infer that how many single vowel symbols are in the Hangul. And the answer should be 21 minus 10, 11. I mean, they're either adding one stroke to some of the above basic vowel symbols or combining some. So yeah, so you basically how to make the double vowel symbols, you adding one more stroke to some of the above basic vowel symbols or combining some basic symbols together. How to make double vowel symbols. adding one more stroke or combining basic symbols. Basic symbols, I guess, I'm guessing here, I guess they are meaning the single stroke vowels. Yeah, I think the book really should be written that way, combining some single vowel symbols together instead of saying basic. It's a little fuzzy and vague. Oh. For instance, the following 6 double vowel symbols are results of adding one more stroke, adding the Y sound, and the first 6 vowel symbols adding a stroke. For example, A to the bottom, so you add one line, and A, you got Ya. And then you can get Ya, you, your, Ya as in yard, you as in yonder, you, yo as in yoga, you as in yo as in yo, you as in yo. Actually, that reminds me of a friend. I think his Korean name is Liu Zongyuan. Yeah. But this the Chinese way of pronouncing it. And then his English name is Yu, because of the Liu or Yu in Korean. So it's very confusing talking to him. Like, my name is Yu. Yeah, so yeah, how are you doing? Actually, I mean, yeah, it could be many things in front of him. Yeah, as in Yankee, and yeah, as in yes, Yankee, yeah, yeah, I guess. Okay, cool. I think that's all of that for today. We got six simple. Okay, so the question for here is, what are the 6 symbols of no, what are the 6 double consonant, double vowels from what are the 6 double vowels of the simply composed from simple, no, not simple, or let's say what did I call it again? One letter, wait, no, not basic, single syllable, wow, yeah. Cross this out. Let's not call this basic. Let's call this single syllable. Wow. What are the 6 double vowels composed single vowel? Single vowel. Okay, so that's all for now. And I hope you are sleeping now, and I will catch you later today. Love you.